Something has changed in the deep silence of space. After weeks of vanishing behind the sun, an interstellar visitor, 3I Atlas, has returned, and what it revealed upon re-emergence defies everything we thought we understood about the cosmos. The first images came from Lowell Observatory, a faint, ghostly shimmer rising above the horizon. But the data that followed turned wonder into disbelief. Because this isn't just another comet. This is an object that breaks the laws of cometary physics. 9 times over, scientists began their analysis, expecting the familiar water ice, silicate dust, simple carbon compounds. But instead, they found something far stranger. A 15 to 20 meter thick crust of ancient organic molecules, not formed near a star, but forged by billions of years drifting through the interstellar void. Imagine this. Every atom on its surface has been sculpted by galactic radiation since before our solar system even existed. Cosmic rays, born from supernova and colliding black holes, have bombarded it for 11 billion years, rearranging its chemistry over and over again. It is, quite literally, a fossil of the galaxy's earliest days. In laboratories around the world, scientists tried to replicate those effects and failed. Nothing on Earth could reproduce the same molecular complexity. Whatever 3I Atlas has endured, it carries the fingerprint of deep time itself, a frozen archive of everything the universe has ever thrown at it. When researchers examined the gases it released, their surprise deepened. Comets usually exhale water vapor, but 3I Atlas breathed mostly carbon dioxide, over 7 times more than expected. It was less a dirty snowball and more an alien stone, wrapped in chemistry we've never seen. Even its light carried a subtle red hue, the spectral signature of ancient organics cooked by cosmic radiation. And then came the metals. Spectroscopic readings revealed a nickel-to-iron ratio eerily close to industrial alloys. These aren't random cosmic coincidences. They're statistical impossibilities. The odds of such a combination forming naturally are less than 1%. For astronomers watching, a strange realization began to take hold. Either the physics is broken, or 3I Atlas is something else. And then it defied another rule. Comet tails always stream away from the sun, pushed by radiation pressure. But 3I Atlas produced a jet pointing toward it, a sunward tail. Not an illusion, not a trick of light, but a physical jet of gas moving against every known law of solar dynamics. It was as if something inside the object was controlling its outflow, correcting its course. NASA's SOHO and stereo observatories confirmed the anomaly. As the comet reached perihelion, its closest approach to the sun, it didn't just brighten, it erupted. Its glow shifted toward blue, briefly outshining the sun itself in ultraviolet wavelengths. No known comet can do that. A fragile ball of dust and ice should have disintegrated. And yet, 3I Atlas survived. The deeper scientists looked, the more impossible it became. Its trajectory wasn't random. It traveled in a near-perfect retrograde orbit, aligned within 5 degrees of the ecliptic plane, threading between Mars, Venus, and Jupiter with surgical precision. It, too, reached its solar pass exactly, when Earth couldn't observe it directly. Probability of that alignment happening by chance, 0.0105%. To many astronomers, that's not coincidence, that's choreography. Even its motion betrayed the unexpected. The Atacama Large Millimeter Array detected a subtle, unexplained acceleration. If outgassing caused it, there should have been a massive visible debris cloud. But space remained silent and empty. Something, unseen and invisible, had pushed it. As the world's telescopes tracked the returning visitor, one truth became inescapable. Atlas doesn't fit any natural category. Its composition is alien. Its trajectory is deliberate. Its behavior, unexplainable. Through it all, the comet remained eerily stable, rotating slowly, glowing steadily, defying every prediction that it should crumble. According to NASA's internal analyses, the odds of all 9 anomalies occurring in one object are less than 1 in a billion. When nature becomes that improbable, we start to ask questions that make us uncomfortable. As new data poured in, a deeper story began to emerge. One written not in ink, but in radiation. Those organic crusts weren't random stains of chemistry. They were the fingerprints of cosmic evolution. Molecules shattered and rebuilt under relentless radiation, forming complex carbon chains, perhaps the same chemistry that precedes life itself. Yet, this discovery brought a paradox. If the surface is so transformed, how can we ever glimpse what lies beneath? It's like trying to read a book left under alien suns for 10 billion years. The letters remain, but the words have changed. Inside universities, debates grew fierce. Some scientists argued that 3I Atlas was simply the oldest natural relic ever seen, a messenger from the Milky Way's ancient youth. Others whispered privately that the evidence no longer fits a natural explanation. The nickel enrichment, the anti-tail, the non-gravitational acceleration, each could, perhaps, be explained away, but together, they formed a pattern too deliberate to ignore. Then someone noticed something uncanny. 3I Atlas's incoming path aligned within 9 degrees of the direction of the legendary "Wow!" signal. The strongest unexplained radio burst ever detected. Coincidence, perhaps. But patterns, after all, are what science is built upon. As December approached, the comet drew closer, not dangerously, but near enough to study in unprecedented detail every major observatory, from Chile to Hawaii to orbit, pointed its eyes at the traveler. Because this could be our only chance before it slipped back into interstellar darkness, perhaps forever. If radar imaging revealed a chaotic natural shape, it would confirm a comet. But if it showed symmetry or reflectivity, then everything we know would change. For many, this was the most thrilling moment in modern astronomy. For others, the most unsettling. Because if 3I Atlas wasn't natural, if it was built, then it would be the first evidence that someone else has crossed the void before us. Still, scientists remained cautious. Extraordinary claims. They demand extraordinary proof. And so far, the data tells us only one undeniable truth. Whether it proves to be a cosmic relic or something far stranger, it has already changed the way we see the universe. It teaches us how radiation sculpts matter across eons, how interstellar chemistry evolves, and how fragile worlds endure the violence of the stars. But perhaps its greatest revelation isn't about comets at all. It's about us. Every night, telescopes gather the faint light it reflects. Photons that began their journey before life itself existed. Each one carries a story written in starlight, a whisper from the dawn of creation, decoded by minds just beginning to understand their place in it. And as 3I Atlas drifts once more toward the dark, one question lingers, not for NASA or academia, but for all of us. When we finally encounter something that challenges every assumption about what's natural and what's possible, will we be ready to see it for what it truly is? Because somewhere in that darkness, between the cold fires of distant suns, there are travelers older than time itself, wanderers crossing galaxies in silence, carrying the memories of creation. And sometimes one drifts close enough to remind us that we are not the only story the universe is trying to tell. As 3I Atlas fades beyond the sun, the light dims, but the questions burn brighter. In its wake, it leaves no dust, only doubt. For months, astronomers have been drowning in data. Light curves, radio echoes, spectral maps, each line a whisper from something that should not exist. And as the final readings settle, one truth emerges. We have underestimated the universe. In Chile, the Atacama Array continues to track faint radio oscillations from the departing object. They're not messages, not exactly, but their rhythmic pulse carries the elegance of design. Natural, perhaps, but then again, so was lightning. Until we discovered electricity across the Pacific. Japan's Subaru telescope announces something extraordinary. Traces of nickel-60, an isotope born in the final moments of a dying star. That means 3I Atlas was likely forged in the ashes of a supernova, billions of years before our sun existed. A fragment of a long-dead world, still wandering. It's no wonder its chemistry defies us. It's a survivor from a time when the laws of formation themselves were still being written. Yet even as nature offers one explanation, another refuses to fade. Some researchers see intent, alignment, timing, controlled acceleration. If this were a probe, not a comet, what was its purpose? An observer, perhaps? A silent explorer drifting between systems, gathering data, sending home signals we cannot yet decode? Or maybe a derelict, a machine long dead, its systems still reacting instinctively to the sun's warmth. And then there's the most haunting idea of all, that 3I Atlas was never meant to communicate, but simply to be seen, a signal in plain sight, a test, not of technology, but of curiosity. At NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, engineers simulate impossible trajectories. If we had launched an intercept probe the day it was discovered, could we have reached it? Painfully, the answer is yes. A fast solar sail mission might have caught it near perihelion, a once-in-a-lifetime chance, lost to hesitation, but next time will be different. New telescopes, early warning systems, and deep space interceptors are already being designed. Because whatever 3I Atlas was, it changed how humanity prepares for the unknown. The headlines have faded, but in midnight labs and silent observatories, the mystery remains alive. Its anomalies have rewritten cometary physics, forced new models of interstellar chemistry, and expanded our sense of what is possible. Still, one enigma lingers, a faint blue shift, recorded in its final hours near the sun. No known process explains it. Some call it an artifact, others a signature. But perhaps it was simply memory itself. A final flare from an object older than time, releasing the last of its energy before. Vanishing into night, there's poetry in the idea that our small solar system, this fragile island of light, was visited by a messenger from another sun, not to conquer or speak, but simply to pass through, offering us a fleeting glimpse of eternity. Every civilization begins by looking up. For most of human history, the stars were myths, then maps, then mysteries. Now, they are invitations. Perhaps 3I Atlas wasn't a machine, nor a relic. Perhaps it was the universe itself, reminding us to stay curious. Because every time we believe we've reached the edge of knowledge, the cosmos leans closer and whispers, "Not yet." Somewhere beyond Jupiter, a speck of light continues its journey. Silent, cold, timeless, no one knows where it's going, or if it will ever meet another sun. But for one brief moment, it passed ours, and forever changed the way we see the universe and ourselves. we may never know what 3i Atlas truly was. But perhaps that's the point. The unknown isn't meant to be conquered. It's meant to be wondered at. Because in the end, the most profound discoveries are not about the stars we study, but about the questions they awaken within us. And somewhere, out there in the interstellar dark, the wanderer drifts on, carrying the memory of a species that, for one fleeting instant, looked up and dared to ask,